What's up, guys? It's the Rock 17. It's the Rock, whatever people call me a lot of things. Again, that's not what we're here for. We're here for because we're going to talk about Frostborn. Now, as always, I'm going to start with the talents, and as always, Harmony, Dexterity, and Recovery. That's what I recommend personally for every class except Conduit. The reason being, I feel like this is the most OP setup for the game as of right now, because that slow, frozen, and shock immunity, it's pretty OP, and then you get an incoming damage reduction of 5%. And any other option doesn't get better than that. Maybe you can use Draken if you're playing squad, so you can help your team with targeting people, but even then I don't see it worth it. On the body one, Dexterity, jump high plus 25%, and levitation mana cost minus 50%. I think that's the best setup for this one. Maybe you can get Fervor plus 50% cast speed, so you can shoot it a little bit faster with your arrow. But since you're holding it to get the max damage of your arrows, I don't feel like it's worth it. So Dexterity it is. And Recovery, on held damage, regenerate 50% damage taken every 12 seconds. So I feel like that's the best one. If you do end up using Fervor to get that 50% damage, maybe that works for you, then you will have to end up using Escape It, which gives you a run speed of blast 3 for 5 seconds. But I feel like this is the best setup, so that's what I'm gonna put on. Let's talk about the skills. We got into the game, and we're gonna go with the first skill, Frozen Alacrity. I don't know if you say Alacrity, I don't know how to pronounce it. I feel like that's the way to do it, so that's how I'm gonna call it, Frozen Alacrity. Ice Lance, which is your basic, your spell, leaves ice trails, and it makes you move 150% faster acceleration on ice trails. What does that mean? Well, easy. Let's show you. I shoot, and it leaves a trail, and as you can see, I can skate on it, and it makes me move way faster than if I was walking on it. That's very helpful if you're chasing somebody that's running away from you, excuse me, or if somebody's chasing you and you want to get away quickly. That's very, very helpful. Let's level up and talk about the next one, Icicle. Ice Lance, which is again your first one, your basic one, hover in mid-air while aiming for 5 seconds. That's a long time for you to aim and shoot. Iceland, highlight targets while aiming. So let's test it out. I'm gonna go all the way up. I'm gonna hold it and up. I'm gonna go all the way up. I'm gonna hold it, and as you can see, he's highlighted red, and I'm not falling straight down as I usually would. I'm staying on the air for 5 seconds, just slowly falling, kind of like a Matrix-like thing. So let's level up again. Let's look at the third one, Tundra. Immune to damage while casting Flash Freeze. Flash Freeze duration plus 100%, which means your area of effect lasts twice as long. So this is very helpful if you try to freeze somebody so you can hit them. But not only that, if you're about to get hit by a spell or a sorcery and you don't have your rune ready to run away to escape the damage that is incoming, you can use that to get immune to any damage. Now, if a bunch of things are coming at you and you use it, it's extremely helpful, because you're not going to take any of that damage while you're casting it. Now, after you're casting it, then you're going to take damage. But while you're casting it, while he's spending his arms, you're not taking absolutely any damage. The opponent is gonna see immune in the screen, and they're gonna be like, what, I just hit him straight on. And that's because they just don't know what the first one does. Let's level up one more time, and we're gonna talk about the last one, Ice Spring. Prism, sorry, Ice Lance, overcharged for 0.5 seconds for plus 35% damage. Again, Ice Lance is your first one, your basic one, and if you hold it for 0.5 seconds, it will make an extra 35% damage. So I'm going to grab my stuff and see what this class can do. I'm gonna start with Storm, and here we go. Alright, so we're gonna start with the spells. So I'm gonna shoot my arrow, right? And 56 damage. That's me holding it a little bit. If I just tap it, 24 damage. If I hold it a little bit longer, 42 damage. If I hold it a little bit longer, 72 damage. If I hold it all the way, 97 damage. 97 damage. That's pretty much a whole health bar. So if somebody's already touched and you hit this thing right here, holding it all the way up, 97 damage, guys. That's huge. That's huge. So what else can Frostborn do? So let's shoot the ice rail. If I hit the spell with Stonebreaker, if I hit the ice that he's standing on, as you can see, it freezes him. It works the same with the secondary one. As you can see, freezes him. So if he's standing on it, if you hit the ice that they're standing on, he will get freeze. Now, if you use your sorcery, which I'm not gonna get close for him to do it, to get froze by my sorcery, but you shoot the stone get frozen, and as you can see, it freezes him. He wasn't inside of my Frostborn sorcery. He just got hit by the stone that got frozen by the sorcery, and he got frozen. So it works just like that. It works the same with the arrow. So if I shoot my rock from all the way up here, alright, so let's hope I can hit him. And I shoot my arrow at it, and it hits. As you can see, he gets frozen, or she gets frozen. So if you hit that rock while it's flying, it works the same way as if you were using the spell. So let's try the next one, which is fire. Alright, so we have the fire gauntlet. We're gonna throw the thing around him, and as you can see, if you shoot the fireball at the ground, at the ice, you create a mist sort of thing, and if you shoot at him right after with your arrow, he will freeze. I'm gonna try the arrow and the wall and shoot at him, and it freezes. Pretty much the same thing. If you have the wall and you use your sorcery, it will vanish, as you can see. So I'm going to put the wall down and use my sorcery, and as you can see, it went away. Right? So I just took it away, the wall. You can walk through it now and be safe. And that's how those interact as in right now. Something else that you can do with the wall is, if you shoot the wall, not yours, but anybody's, if you shoot the arrows, that wall will go away. Right? Alright, so we're gonna try the next gauntlet, which I believe is toxic. Alright, and it is. Alright, so one thing that you probably didn't know about toxic when you use it with Frostborn is that when you shoot with your basic, with toxic, to the ice, it creates puddles. Just as if you were playing main toxic. As you can see, when you throw it in the ground with your secondary toxic, it just doesn't work because you're not playing main toxic. But when you're playing Frostborn and you throw it at the ice, it leaves the puddles and will cause the blessed damage that it usually do with a toxic main in the puddles. This also works if you throw the secondary one. When this cloud goes away, you will see the puddles on the ground still. and there you go. Right? So pretty cool to know. Another thing you can do is that you can throw your toxic, shoot at it, and it will freeze the person inside of it. We already saw with the in the toxic video. You throw the toxic and you shoot the arrow and then freeze. It's pretty much the same thing. If you throw your toxic cloud and you use your secondary frozen one, it does the same thing. Exactly the same thing. It frees the person inside of it. It didn't freeze because it was my sorcery frozen one. It freeze because it touched the cloud that it was getting frozen. Alright, another thing that you can do is you can shoot your arrow and skate on it, throw a poison at it and keep going, so that way if anybody's following you using your ice trail, because enemies can use your ice trail as well to follow you quickly. If you throw the ice, the poison there, they're not expecting that they'll get poisoned by it. Not only will they get stopped from going fast, but they will also get poisoned, a little bit of damage, which is specifically such damage if you're using the legendary one. So yeah, now let's try the next gauntlet, which I believe is lightning. Alright, so we have the lightning gauntlet. I'm gonna shoot an arrow and I'm gonna use my spell. And as you can see, it gets electrocuted by me shooting the ice. I didn't hit her, I just shoot the ice. Now, it was the same with the water. After it melts, you can hit it with the electric bolt, and she will get electrified, or he will get electrified. Now, it works the same way with the sorcery. So, if I throw the sorcery right here, as you see, I didn't hit her, but the ice was touching her, and it hit her. Alright? So, that's pretty much all it is with electricity. Alright, so if you throw the spell, and then the sorcery, doesn't really do much. Nothing else happens. It just doesn't interact. So literally all you need is the bolt, and that's pretty much it. Or the sorcery on the ice that you left behind. Now we're gonna try Tempest. Alright, so we're gonna try Tempest. The spells first, as always. I'm gonna throw a spell right on there, and when I throw the Tempest spell to the ice, as you can see, it freezes her. It doesn't happen the same with the sorcery tornado. As you can see, nothing really happens. If I it only happens when I shoot my basic one to it. She freezes, right? Which is pretty cool still. But the tornado doesn't really do anything. Now I'm gonna throw the tornado, and I'm gonna throw a tornado at the tornado, so that way maybe it work. It doesn't. It doesn't do anything, right? It doesn't cause any damage. It doesn't freeze it. Absolutely nothing. But let's try now with the tornado and the sorcery freezing spell. I'm throwing it, and I throw it. Nothing. So the only one that works are the spells. When I shoot the arrow at her, and I shoot the spell at her feet. So the only one that works is the spells, right? So when I shoot the arrow and I shoot the sorcery at her feet, and that's it. All right. So that's the interactions for Frostborn. The way you play this, it's from really far away, so that you can get all that damage, which is a lot. 97 damage is a lot. And when somebody gets close to you, you use your secondary spell so they get frozen. And personally, I will use Stonebreaker to push him away with my stun, or lightning. That's my two recommended ones, because when they're close to you, you can use lightning to every time you shoot, it shoots kind of slow. It's not going to do a lot of damage. It's just going to do 24 damage if you have the legendary one. But with electricity one, with a conduit one, you can constantly shoot at them if they're close to you, and a little get away a little bit, so that you can shoot your arrow at them from afar by holding it a little bit longer and causing a little bit more damage. I hope that this video was helpful to you. I hope that you get better by it because you watch this, and that you have a little bit more inside knowledge of this class. I appreciate you watching this video. It really means a lot to me. I hope that I see you again. I hope that you watch more of my videos, and I'll see you later. Peace.